Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are pretty pumped today because we're talking to you guys. That's right. The Aussies, the New Zealanders. We're chatting with you guys today, and we don't get to always do that because of our time difference and that sort of thing. So we're popping in a little bit later, and Carrie's going to be with me in just a mere moment here. But I also have the lovely Jane with me here as well. That's going to be popping in shortly too. So even before we start, I think I'll get the regular rigmarole out of the way so that when everybody gets in, we can have a nice little chat about this very cool hands-on course that is coming up in New Zealand. So the very first thing is, if you are watching and you hear something that might blow your mind, you think, wow, that's super cool, then throw in that hashtag holy jumpin' tuna fish, because we like it. And we like to know what is getting you guys excited about what we're doing around here as well. So throw that one in for us. And then, of course, if you know somebody out in the world that is thinking about maybe this as as a business, or they've always wanted to work with horses and people, please do share, because sharing is in fact caring, everyone. So we want to make sure you guys are sharing this out so that more people can get into the world of horses as well. And then, of course, we has the lovely hashtag of we are life changers, because at the end of the day, it's not us. It's not just the horses. It's not just like the person across the street who did something nice. Every single person on this planet, including yourself, has the opportunity to change a life every single day. So we always like to make sure that you guys realize you are life changers out there just as much as the horses or anybody else as well. It's very noisy. And then also, if you guys are catching this on replay, throw in that replay too, so we know to come back and say hello to you as well. And of course, to whomever's watching, we love to know who you are and where you're from, so that we can just do a quick shout out as well. And before we go to introduce ourselves here, Carrie's
I'm so hot.
fully caught up in the world here. She's had a lot to do today. So we'll bring Janie.
I want you to see my shirt first.
Yes.
You see this? We always have, all of us who have a horse, we know there's always that special horse who's our heart horse. So this was actually from Jane, our instructor in Australia, and she gave myself one and Carolyn one for our teachers.
I didn't wear mine today though. I'm very bad.
Yeah,
very, very bad.
Yeah. See, there you go. See, and she just has it right there. Hang on, Jane.
All right, there's our Jane from Australia.
See? And that's open like that. Yeah, I love it.
This is beautiful. And we got Steph coming in from Ontario. Welcome, Steph. Okay, Carrie is dying.
We just had a program. And of course, you have to clear the horses and you have to get ready. And oh my goodness, so I'm just sweating. That's okay.
Yes. So I guess we'll do our little introductions here before we start. So as Jane grabs her coffee. Jane, do you want to do a quick who you are, where you're from?
Sure. Well, hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm joining you from Sydney, Australia, and I've got the opposite weather. I think it's freezing. It's about 10 degrees plus, which is freezing for us. and it's a bit wet and cold. But anyway, I'm the instructor for Equine Connection in this part of the world, and I'm joining today because we've got some fun things to tell you about what's going on here down under. So yeah, that's really exciting. And I wanted to also add on to what Carolyn was saying about we are life changers. Yes, it's always the horse is the teacher, and we couldn't do this without them, of course. But we are like the translator for people. So it's really important. Like the job of a facilitator is we're the bridge between the horse and the human. And so we are really life changers. Without us doing our job, then the meaning would be lost for many people. So yeah, totally agree. The hashtag.
Absolutely. I love it.
Throw in some tuna fishes. We're all hashtagging together, everybody. I'll keep mine pretty short. My name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as an instructor and facilitator for the Equine Connection.
The Academy of Equine Assisted Learning, Inc.
And then Carrie can go into the different piece.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Fulmick, and I am the founder and master instructor for certifying and helping people globally around the world do what it is that we all do, and that is working with horses. First of all, with this certification is always the welfare of the horse comes first. If we are not partnering and working with them and allowing them to use their culture and their language, then we are doing an injustice to them. So that is the top-notch thing that we're most proud of, is the welfare. The horse comes first. And then, of course, as Jane was just telling you, the facilitator and what it is that you're doing, it's such a purposeful job. And, you know, the best part with this is the number one thing a horse needs to feel is safe. And of course, if we can keep our horse safe, that means we're keeping all clients safe, because we're not using horses. We're literally allowing them to teach our clients so they're empowered to move forward.
You betcha.
Yep. So I'm excited today because this is big, huge. I think after 2.5 years, it's really exciting to let you know that we are doing, especially for most of you who have been following us, you are definitely our tribe. We are doing a 6-day in-person training in New Zealand. That's right. Jane is going over there in person. Yep. Like, we touch
real life people.
We feel, we work with the horses, we work with the programs, and remember, we work with the facilities horses. You don't have to bring your own horses.
Oh, I love, we've got Kel Dale on here too. 1.1 degrees Celsius in Minden, Australia. Okay. Minden. But she's very excited for this October as well. As well, you should be, Kel.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I love it.
So I think.
So should I tell them what it's all about first? And then we'll let Jane go away. So how this is going to roll again, we're not going to get into everything that we do, because we would love you to go see the website, www.equine-connection.ca, or of course, Jane.
My website?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Years now.
It's leadingedgelifeskills.com.au, and I have a section in there about the course, which I've got some information and links through to yours, which has absolutely everything on it.
That's true.
Absolutely. So how this is going to roll is, we all know there's no way you can become an expert in days, even in a couple of weeks, because being an expert means that we are continually always moving forward, working with our horses, working to facilitate, working to ask open-ended questions, and of course, understanding how all of these incredible curriculum programs that come with your certification work. Carolyn sometimes says 2 years.
Yeah,
to learn,
or more.
Yeah, exactly.
How many years are we in?
Yeah, over 15
We're
now.
still learning, doggone it.
You bet. So how this will roll is, before you come to the in-person training, you will get a pre-work course, which is an online course. Now, I love the pre-work course because it's always there for you through the certification. So you don't literally have to get that one finished before you come to the in-person training in New Zealand. But it's there for you because the pre-work course actually helps you as a business person, as an entrepreneur, being self-employed, to understand who is your client and why are you doing this?
Yeah, which is very important to know, because although we want to help everybody, unfortunately, when you try to help everybody all the time, you end up really helping nobody. So it's really important to figure out who's your target, defined, very, very defined.
So
that is.
And so, people we like to feel spoken to. So if you're saying, well, I do kids programs, and then I do, corporate team building, and then I do this, like, you might be able to do all that. Absolutely. And the horses don't mind who your clients are, but the people need to feel spoken to. And also you need to I really believe in finding aligning your work with your values and your passion, because that shines through when you speak to your clients. It really does. If you're thinking, oh, I think I'll give that a go, nothing wrong with giving things a go, mind you, because sometimes you're not quite sure where you're, where you're going to find what, floats your boat really at first. But there's nothing wrong with giving things a go. But if you're not in alignment, people can tell. And so that's where that comes through, and just finding your why is really important.
So true. Oh, that's a beautiful way to start. And although you don't have to have that done before the course, it's just always there for you to even revisit when you need to as you go through your business.
You bet. Because, lots of times too, when you do that in-person training where you literally get to be with the horses and you see the change in real time, because you're also being facilitated too, so you understand how it feels. Sometimes you change your path and your journey and what you thought you wanted to go with in that target market, and you start seeing it so magically, you're like, oh no, I think I'm going to now go into this area. It just pulls you to that different direction. The next thing that will happen is you get another online course. Now this online course is considered like a day one.
Yeah, the first chapter.
The first chapter. Yes, exactly. Yes. Now this is the prerequisite. This must be completed. But the bonus is you get to do it in the comfort of your own home, and it's an online course. So you don't have to worry about Zoom or internet or any of those great things.
You do need internet.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just think if they're on their channel, they must know that you have to have something like
sort of internet involved.
Yeah, absolutely. But in this online course as well, there's lots of beautiful videos to help you understand the theory pieces and what it is that we're trying to help you to get. But again, at the same time, it's not just reading and watching that helps us to learn. That's why we want to bring you now to the literal 6-day in person where you're going to go over the rest of the theories. And then of course you're going to have specific hands-on training, and it's all about the horses and the programs and the horses, programs, horses. That's all it is.
These are big days.
Huge days.
Big days that you will be mentally wasted on those days, but in a beautiful, fantastic way that you'll be like, oh, I'm happily brain dead. That's what it will be like at the end of each day. But then it starts all coming together until you have this beautiful picture of what equine-assisted learning is and how you're going to implement it into your life and your business as well.
And then the last step, and then we're just going to gab about it all because it's so beautiful, but just so you're very clear how this whole process will work, the last step to your course will be you get to fly home, drive home, whatever it is that you are doing over there, because I know some Australians will come over to New Zealand because why? It's so beautiful there.
Yeah.
We will send you then another online course, which is your business day. So this is whether you've been an entrepreneur before, whether you're just starting out and you're so excited but what do you do to start a business? So it's all about business day. It gives you all of your materials, your instructional materials, your tutorials, directions, how to run all your programs, like marketing, social media, but specific to this business, because we actually are not successful until you are. But the bonus with this is you get to do the business with a different frame of mind, because now you've left the beautiful horses and the programs, but now you got to shift to business brain where you can rewind, play,
Think of how it applies to you. Rewind, play again. Yeah,
exactly. And then that's like your full course. So it's kind of like you're doing 8 days, but you're only with us in person for 6 days. Okay.
I love, we've got Bree on here too.
Hey,
Hi, Bree. She says focus makes such a difference. It's so true. And the lovely Michelle as well. Definitely happy brain dead. That's right.
Carolyn just came back from doing a training in the USA, New Mexico.
Yeah.
And these girls, yes, it was all this. When you get to see the magic of the horse literally teach, that's when everything, bing, 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 the dots connect and everything starts making sense.
All comes together.
Don't you think, Jane?
Absolutely. I think it's really the best part of the training, to be honest. I think until you kind of feel it, it's not just seeing it, but when you feel it. So the beauty of the in-person training is you actually get to experience all the different roles. So you're a participant, so you really feel what it's like for your clients, which I think is a hugely important part of any training. And then you also get to practice kind of, being a facilitator as well. So trying on that role, which is your future and how that feels. And also we have clients come. So you get to see what it's like with actual clients as well. So it's really a very rounded few days. And yes, you are brain dead, because you can just, even saying all that out loud, I can feel how much is involved in it, but it really is the icing on the cake, the in-person part of the training. Yeah. So yeah, it's a fantastic part of it.
And before
So
anybody
excited.
asks, you
Yeah.
don't have to bring your own horse.
No, they
You get to
are
work with the
there.
horses that are there, which is a really cool part of it too, because I think people who are horse people get kind of complacent in how they work. Not complacent.
No.
They get used to how they work with their horses and how their horses listen to them. And sometimes we miss, I think, some of the cues because we're just used to working with our own horses.
Yep.
Then you come out and you work with somebody else's horses, and it ends up being a little bit of a different world to start out with at first. And the moments just keep popping through of how much they are teaching all the time.
The ahas, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the beauty. Horses speak one language globally around the world. This is why we can work with them. They don't speak Spanish and English and French. They speak one language. So everything that you learn through that experiential learning piece, this is the strong foundation to retaining that learning. Same thing with your clients, because it's in the moment. And then you're going to transfer all that knowledge right back to your own facility, whether you have an outdoor facility, an indoor facility, or you're renting somebody else's. It's just a brilliant way to make it all work.
I like Michelle. Yep. And Lisa says, hey, working with other horses gets us into inner conflict, which creates growth. I like that piece too.
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I agree. I love working with other horses as well myself. I think also what you'll realize, I think the next step even after the business day and going home is practice, practice, practice. So really put this into practice. Nothing substitutes being with your horses, observing your horses, working with your horses. So nothing substitutes that. And what was I going to say about that? You go home and you practice. And, oh, yes. And I was going to say, I love working with other people's horses because you're seeing horses in a different way. So you actually go to other people's places and you're giving their horse a voice because it's not that people deliberately misunderstand their horses, but they do. And also human beings are often very task oriented. So, we're like, right, I've got an hour to ride or whatever it might be. Many people have started out as riders, not everybody, but, and obviously equine-assisted learning is nothing to do with riding or our form of it isn't. And so, you're like, right, I've got an hour, I've got to do this. So you're on human time, not on horse time. And so you start to acknowledge that. And even a horse just wants to be heard, just like we do. So even if you only have an hour, but you still stop and respect what the horse is saying, that is just a whole different way of being with horses. And it's amazing when you are with someone else's beloved horse and you're the one giving them a voice and helping that owner understand. So it's so powerful.
That's so beautiful, and it's so true and powerful. Exactly. Jane, will you also let us know what is the facility like, what they're going to expect, and the dates of the course so they can book with you right away?
Okay, so I haven't been to the facility yet myself with COVID. I've been to New Zealand a few times, but I haven't been to this exact facility. But it's owned by one of our beautiful facilitators over there. Her name's Miranda. And seriously, I want her to be part of my family, or I want to be part of her family. She's one of the most beautiful human beings, and she gets it. Like, she gets EAL, she gets it. And she made a beautiful statement once. I think I told you this, Kari. She said that, she did the course and she loved it and she started working in it. And she said when she kind of let herself forget theory for a moment and let it wash over her is when it all clicked into place for her. She just really let the horses do their job, and she just was kind of like out of body. She was going, this is amazing, and then it all clicked. So she's an amazing person, and she has a beautiful property. She has, I think she was telling me she sent me photos of everything. It's gorgeous. She's got, I think, 8 horses to work with there. They're mainly thoroughbreds. I think thoroughbreds, all horses are good teachers, as Kari said, they all speak the same language, but there's something special about when you're, an ex-racehorse has a new purpose. There's something special about that. So she's got many of those and a couple of other horses. Many of her horses have been, I don't like the term rescued because I think we rescue each other, but they need a new home, and so they found a beautiful purpose with her, and I'm really excited to meet her horses. She has a very beautiful training room that's, I think, from the photos, it's very welcoming. It's like going into a beautiful kind of a lounge room, but it's it's very cozy and very welcoming. So I'm really excited to get there. It's at a place, I actually looked this up. So it is in a place called Miranda, which is about an hour's drive away from Auckland, from the airport in Auckland. So wherever you come from. So that's really, really convenient for everybody. It looks to be a beautiful place as well. So really excited about that. And the dates are it's October.
21st to 26th. That's what I was looking down at. Trying to make sure that I knew them too. October 21st, October 26th.
Yeah, that's right. And if anyone wanted to do, so this is 6 days in person, so you do the whole thing. I do actually have a couple of people coming who've done the virtual or the online. So one who's done the virtual course and one who's done the online at your own pace course, coming to do the practical as well. So you'll be joined by those people. I think that it's at least myself and one other, but possibly two other of my team going over. So we're really excited to meet everybody.
Yay!
Very exciting stuff.
And it's so exciting because it's the only in-person training for the whole, more or less the whole thing. So it's kind of cool that we're seeing how this rolls again, being in person.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we hope that, we've had a lot of interest from New Zealand, haven't we? And so that's where we thought, why not offer this to the people there? It's been a very isolating time. So it was kind of, I think it's also, for me, it feels like a very nice gesture for us to go over and say, hey, we hear you. This isolation hasn't been fun at all for anybody, but we'd love to come meet you face to face and go and, experience this with you.
I think it's going to be so exciting.
And we were doing a little gift-to-poo or something.
Yeah, we're doing a nice gift giveaway. If anyone wants to know more information, we have done this beautiful video explaining it more in detail. Just email Carolyn here, and she's going to put her email address up for you.
Just snap out of it there for a second.
Yeah, like
it was like it scared me, even though I was listening.
Really? Was she?
I was.
Was she really?
No, I did this time.
Anywho, yes. Just email Carolyn, and when you email her, she sends you the giftus.
Yes,
the giftus.
The giftus. And I will see Jane as well, so then you can meet Jane too.
And for Jane too, I think that will be exciting. I know you have quite a following in New Zealand, so you can gift this out to those you think would be most interested.
Yeah, Jane's pretty
excellent. We've got a star. We've got something like 80 people or something quite interested in the course. Some people have been, it's just timing but they've expressed some interest in this field of work. People come from all different backgrounds as well. So many of them already have horses and are involved with horses in some way, like for example, a riding school or something like that. But other people are just private people who have a horse. Other people don't have a horse. So people come from really varied backgrounds. And I think that the other thing that we always say, isn't it, girls, that this is a wonderful opening to your own business, but you're still running your own business. So we help you every step of the way. And Kari says we're not successful till you are, but really, it's hard work. There's no denying creating your own business is hard work. No one can do that but you. Like, no one can do it but yourself. So we welcome everybody, but you've got to know you've got to do your part, because we can't make your business for you. It's not like a McDonald's franchise or something. It's we're giving you tools to create your own business. And any entrepreneur knows how much blood, sweat, and tears that takes.
But the best kind.
Sorry. And absolutely. And that is the whole thing. It's always the action. And sometimes we're motivated And that's great. We need to be motivated to begin a new journey, begin a new career.
Absolutely.
But
Yep.
you have to have discipline, and through the discipline is where comes the action. We've got it all. If you just did, and Bree is on here, she always said,
Yep.
I went away after I got certified and I said, no, I'm going to do it my way, not their way. And it wasn't going very good for her. And then she decided after 4 months, I'm going to do exactly what they said with the action. And then she flipping gets a huge, like, huge contract with school out there. So yeah, I really am happy that you said that, because it is.
It's true.
It takes work, and work is action.
Yep.
Yeah. I like
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
It's all there for you. Yep.
But you have to work it.
You bet. You bet. There was one more thing I was going to say, but I forget what that was. But I think it would be so wonderful. I would love to come to New Zealand and take the course just with you. I'd like to just sit back and be trained by you.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be a great treat?
Listen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you facilitate us.
I have to say, though, a few years ago, that would have scared the bejesus out of me. But now I feel like, you know, as the years go on, and every single time you conduct a course, you, as an instructor, you learn so much more every single time. Every time you have a program with your own clients, every time you interact with your horses, you're just learning all the time. And I think that another thing we teach on the course is we're all different. So our content is consistent, obviously, because it wouldn't be a course if it wasn't, if you were teaching one thing and I was teaching another thing. But so content is perfectly consistent, but I'm sure the way we do it is a bit different because we're different individuals, and that's how businesses run as well. So that's how you get your clients and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'd love you to join one of the courses.
Absolutely.
Oh, we would.
We like
But seriously, people, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So don't miss out. And, you know, I think the best piece of advice, besides all the great stuff that Jane and we were just talking about have said, is it's understanding what you have in the certification in order for you to actually move. Like sometimes people think they need to have an arena, they need to have 5 horses. No, you don't need any of that stuff. All you need to do is understand what you got in the certification, because I can guarantee you this, the world needs you and your community needs you so, so badly for everything that they have gone through. And we have been a part of that process. They need you, and they need the horses, because the horses is what gives them so much healing and peace and helping them to move forward. So this is something, it's not like it's a specialty in the fact that, oh, only a certain kind of people are going to like this. No, every human that lives and breathes on this earth, and especially after we've gone through this 2.5 years, we all need skills, and it's life skills that we need in order to keep moving forward. So don't miss out. Definitely, can we put Jane's email up too? If you need to talk to Jane as well, just send her a quick email. Oh,
Can I read something that a friend of mine put on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
It's so beautiful. She just put it this morning. It's a girl I met when I was in the States recently. She wrote, she's an equine-assisted learning practitioner as well. She wrote, learning happens when we are open. Horses flip the student-teacher concept on its head. They offer a way of learning together, laughing together, crying together, that leaves the hierarchical ways of teaching behind us. Among their many lessons, they specialise in truth, collaboration, emotional resilience, peace, curiosity, leadership, boundaries, connection, courage, and the art of moving great distances in safety. They don't need to be ridden to teach these things. They don't need to be defied. They simply need to be listened to with an open mind and heart. I've studied with great academics and spiritual teachers, somatic practitioners, coaches, and bosses. No one has helped me change in the ways I most desire more than the horse. The lessons will catalyze your personal, professional, and spiritual growth. It's practical magic. I'm not interested in selling you on this, but if I don't tell you why it's important, why it's powerful, I'd be keeping the most meaningful gift of my life a secret, and that is selfish.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, me too.
Wowzers. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great.
So
And
beautiful.
Mark.
And Maria's
Hey, Maria. There
Hi.
she is.
There's
What?
our gal.
We've just been talking about you, Maria.
Oh,
And
good. Great stuff, girl.
yeah, I want to join your family. I was trying to describe your beautiful place and your horses, and we're all headed over to you. So in October, so very exciting.
Yay.
So if
Okay.
you guys are as excited as we are excited, then it's time to either message Jane or myself and make sure you're getting more information about this, and we will be happy to pass it off to you, or Jane too, if you are needing to talk on the phone because you're the phone person. Jane is more than willing to help out with that as well. And other than
a time zone for the phone.
What's that?
In an easier time zone for the.
Yes. Yeah, 18-hour differences are very, very tough to connect.
And
with.
it's hard to talk on the phone when I'm not conscious.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
All right. So have a wonderful day, everybody out there, and make sure you are checking in for more information on that beautiful 6-day hands-on course in New Zealand.
And remember your gift. Email us or Jane, and we can send that off to you. Have a great one, everyone. Mwah! Love seeing you again, Jane. Mwah! Love seeing you, Maria, even though I can't see your face. We're very excited.
Doodles, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.